Chris, you need to change a wet diaper. I wet myself. Hey, you see that fire?
That's how you know y'all are really twins. They be peeing in the same fucking bathroom.
What? About to be inside all over
Whoa,
get a nice
whoa.
pump and pump. You call it a pump. Yeah. They got. Chris, you need to change a wet diaper. I wet myself. Hey, you see that fire?
That's how you know y'all are really twins. They be peeing in the same fucking bathroom.
What? See that fine little shit over there? Where? To the left. The girl was telling me about earlier. Oh, me? Oh, nah, thank you. I appreciate it, though.
It's gonna be a mannequin. Oh, fuck. Even worse. I wonder if they're gonna get kicked out.
Hey, buddy. You want some pre-workout? Jeans with a new workout wave. Hey.
Bench form's actually really freaking impressive there. 315, pretty much close grip there. Switching off close grip, you're gonna get a little bit more triceps. If y'all want a crazy arm pump, if y'all feel like your arms are a lacking body part, I would actually say go close grip bench, do your arm movements first, and then do your chest movements at least once a week. Get some killer arm pumps.
I wish it was fucking near here.
I mean, right now they're at Dick's Sporting Goods. I'm not gonna go too hard on their form here, but definitely I would rather see a little bit more control on the eccentric here on these bicep curls. They're going alternating. I'd rather see them either sitting or laying down. Honestly, this like 1-to-1, you're giving your bicep a little bit of time to rest in between each one. So it's kind of cool for like pumping weights, getting a good pump, a little bit of cardio. But to be honest, it's not pushing yourself to the absolute mark of failure like you could be. Maybe at the end of a set, I'd actually prefer if they were sitting down and they just did the same weight, probably a little bit slower on the eccentric, full stretch down. And then when you can't do any more, you can start alternating one at a time. That'll be a little bit of a better way to push yourself past failure, more measurable than what they're doing here.
I guess I can pay you. When you're bicep curling, bring it up like a hammer curl. Twist halfway through, so you're hitting like multiple heads, multiple wrist action. It's a better, yeah, it's optimal. It's optimal. Take those boxing gloves, put them on, and beat the fuck out of you. It's called that Dick superset. So
turning there, going from a pronation to a supination or a hammer curl to a supination, you are activating your bicep a little bit when you twist, but I actually prefer that little bit of motion at the end because your bicep is going to get the most stretched when you're in that supinated position as well. So I actually prefer you keep your bicep supinated on the way down and then twist as you're coming up again. So keep that pronation. He's twisting back down as he comes down as well, so he's ending in that hammer curl grip, but instead you should end in a supinated grip and then twist in at the end.
You're gonna go in the half rack they got. You're gonna get a 25 on the barbell, curl in the squat rack. You go immediately into some barbell or some fucking pull-ups. Don't be afraid to ego lift a little bit. Just get that extra stretch, that momentum. Bring that up.
That's definitely the way you tear a bicep there. I would say definitely don't do this momentum on the curls there. If you're going to go for some momentum, I would say get just a little bit, maybe in your back on the way up, right? And then pause for a half second and then really slow eccentric lowering, more so just like an overload method, trying to get up more than your biceps can actually control concentrically and then controlling it really slow eccentrically. But this kind of pump and dump almost as they're doing is a really easy way to put a lot of stress on that bicep tendon at the very bottom portion when it's the most stretched and the most vulnerable. So I would say don't do that. Also, supersetting right into pull-ups. Your pull-up strength is probably, like your back strength is going to be a lot more than your biceps, but your biceps are going to start to be fatigued faster because you already started with the curls. So for most people, I would say do this in the inverse order, or just don't even do the pull-ups, just do them separately. When you're doing something like this, your biceps are gonna get tired way faster than your back now. So you're working really just biceps and not really your back. I would say either do pull-ups first, or I would rather see like a pull-up bench press, like right after their bench presses, if they were doing pull-ups, something like that is actually going to be really, really beneficial, help you keep going while your back is working, your chest can rest. You can superset those back and forth really easily, antagonistic muscle groups, but here they're doing agonist, and it's going to be a little bit less efficient.
That big superset.
Might be the height of the bar there as well, just because it's a Dick's Sporting Good bar. But what y'all see is he's not really coming down to a full stretch there. Like he's dead hanging, but he's not pushing his arms through. He has a little bit of slack. He could let his arms stretch through. You're gonna get a crazy baller stretch in your lats. It's only gonna be good from there.
My left arm's definitely weaker. I think I need to start choking the chicken again. Yeah.
One arm being weaker than the other there, it's actually gonna hurt a little bit doing those alternating ones. It might seem like it's beneficial because he's doing one arm at a time, but unless you're going to only failure on your left arm, then it's gonna kind of hurt a little bit. If you're gonna stick with that one arm at a time trying to cure some imbalances, I'd rather see him pump out as many as he can on the left and then just do that same number on the right, equal it out, because and then eventually your left will catch up to your right. Your right's still gonna get an adequate stimulus to not fall down. If you do it this way, good chance if you're just going to failure on the left and the right as he is here, then your right is going to either supersede your left and continue to do that, or he's actually going to start doing the opposite where his left is now stronger than the right because he's focusing too much on the left. So y'all see them doing some chest and biceps here and back. I actually really like chest and biceps. If y'all haven't ever tried that before, I would give it a try. Gnarly pump they're getting here, but chest and biceps together, when you're working your chest, you're actually getting a little bit of activation in your bicep when you're doing those movements like your flies. If you're going out far enough and you're really doing that form right, you're gonna get a little bit of a stretch in your bicep. So it's nice hitting a little bit of biceps just to finish that off. But as well, your biceps recover a lot faster than your triceps. They're kind of like your shoulders where you can kind of spam them every day. So I like at the end of my chest days, just throwing a little bit of hammer curls. You get that forearm pump that you've already been working up. You get that brachialis, so it like kind of pushes your arm, makes it look all huge. Pump feels real nasty. Can do that in between a set of chest as well, and you'll kind of be able to rest your chest. All good. All good.
One of the best tricep movements is skull crushers on an incline, bro. This shit.
He's definitely right. I like skull crushers on an incline. I also like him on the Smith machine, but I would say his elbows are flaring out a lot. He probably doesn't need that much weight on the bar if he needs to flare out his elbows that much. I prefer keeping your elbows in nice and close and letting them kind of protract your scapula or elevate your scapula and let your elbows track backwards. Keep them in that fixed position rather than flaring them out. There you're going to get a little bit more shoulders involved in the movement. Nothing wrong with it if you have really unhealthy shoulders, but I would say as long as you're doing an adequate amount of weight, keeping those elbows in nice and close is going to work your mobility and your flexibility and give you a little bit more tricep focus. Can't go wrong there.
Swell up in your triceps right now. I'm swelling up. And then when you feel it, unleash it. I'm pumping it. And get the best pump of your fucking I'm pumping it.
All right, so resistance bands there, you're gonna get a good pump, but in terms of resistance profile, these are definitely not the best, especially for someone as big as these guys. When you're using a resistance band, you're only able to get as much resistance as the force you put out, which is really great when you're recovering from an injury, because then you're not gonna be able to injure yourself very easily, because you can't output the force that you need to, versus like a bench press. If you load up 405, probably going to hurt yourself if you can't bench 405. On a resistance band though, as you exert more force, the band becomes more stretched, it becomes harder. That's the exact opposite of what you want for hypertrophy. It's going to be really good for getting some concentric, just like pumps kind of if you're like in a hotel or something, you just need a little pump before you go to the beach. gonna be great. If you're trying to really get a killer stretch and gnarly pump and bodybuilding session for your triceps, not gonna be as good as using something like the cable machine, but obviously they're at a Dick's Sporting Goods working with what they got. Oh, with the superset close grip bench, that's killer, gonna destroy your triceps. If you all never tried this on the Smith machine, I would try it right now. Same thing, keep your elbows in nice and close, bring it down. On the Smith machine though, you can like touch your nose or touch your neck if you're really dangerous with it, but you can stretch a lot further down on the Smith machine and keep almost like a straight tricep. Crazy baller pump.
Okay. Bend into it a little more. Still burns, bro, so you can't do no more. Bend at the hips a little bit. Yeah, get in there. Yeah, get into it. You want to get over top of that.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. There it is.
Giving some tips to the little ones.
Yeah. It might be a little bad. It's in our trunk, so.
I just saw y'all post about it. I was about to order a bag.
Yeah, you can. Honestly.
All right, that looks like about the end of it for me, guys. I just skimmed through a little bit. They're like unboxing their stuff they got from Dick's and some pre-workout here. If y'all want to see the rest of the uncut video, it's over there on the Tren Twins YouTube channel. You already know the deal for me. I'm gonna have another video for you tomorrow. More content. Wash it up. See you all tomorrow. Peace.